Freedom from Busyness, Biblical Help for Overloaded People. I remember reading a quote from C.S. Lewis about his experience in writing the Screwtape Letters, his insightful little volume about Satan's tactics. Lewis said that in order to understand and convey accurately how Satan operates, he essentially had to descend into that world, to project himself into a world devoid of all beauty and civility. That process, Lewis reported, almost overwhelmed him. Yet that process yielded such a profound and enduring work. As a writer, I found that quote intriguing when I first read it. Now, though, on the back end of this project on busyness, Lewis's words have taken on fresh meaning for me. Like Lewis, I've lived in the sometimes dark world about which I write, both before and during this project. My cup of responsibility runneth over and over the past decade. I'm a husband, I'm a father of 4 grade school kids, I'm a professor and a business school dean. I'm a magazine editor and a freelance writer. I own a small business. Looking back, I've taken on too much. Some seasons, way too much. Then, in the midst of that frenetic life, along comes this opportunity to create a study for Lifeway, an organization I've always admired greatly. As hard as overload has been for me in recent years, I think it shaped this study in positive ways. The suggestions I offer are informed not only by exegesis and empirical research, but also by painful first-hand experience of an overextended life. The upshot, I hope, is a set of reflections and recommendations that drill beneath the superficial to some of the real issues. My premise, and the assumption that underlies my passion on this issue, is this. For too many Christians, the busyness and pace of our lives are primary obstacles to living the life God wants us to live. When we look back in our old age, many of us will regret how our busy lives crowded out God, crowded out the people we love, crowded out joyful service, and crowded out the quality of life God wanted to give us. The real tragedy of it all, though, would be reflecting in our rocking chairs about how preventable the overload was. We had the keys to our shackles the whole time, but we never used them because we didn't even realize we were in shackles. There's an alternative future, one that will leave us with no such regrets. It's a future of a life well lived, of a life free from the bondage of busyness, of a life that maintains balance, boundaries, and God-honoring priorities. That's the vision of this study and its accompanying video curriculum, to help you examine whether you're bound by busyness and handcuffed by hurry, to offer some insights into how to live a better life, and to remove a major obstacle to the joyful and peace-filled life God promises. Sound refreshing? As one who's turned a corner on this lifestyle, let me assure you, it is. But like so many things in the Christian life, this journey begins with a paradox. To gain time, you actually have to lose some. To make real, lasting progress, you'll need to invest time over the next 30 days, time to examine the problem, time to experiment with some Bible-based solutions, time to work with an accountability partner, most importantly, time to hear from God on this issue. It'll be your wisest investment of the year, though. Invest the next 30 days and forever trade your busy life for a better life. I'm Mike Zigarelli, and I welcome you to Freedom from Busyness, Biblical Help for Overloaded People.